feeling when you jump on? How did yesterday go? Were you able to watch the replay of yesterday? Do you know what it is that you want to create this week? All of these things, let me know. If you didn't put in your intention for this week or the thing that you're wanting to create, I would love for you to do that today if you haven't done that already, because it's going to play an important role in today. All right. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Darla. Hi, Jen. Hi, Janelle. Okay. So let's get to this. If you guys, hopefully you can hear me. I do have my computer today. I know I sent out the PDF to quite a few of you yesterday, and today again I'm going to work on my Facebook Messenger. I can see messages, but I can't respond. So I don't know. I'm just here. Okay. So, and then I got this new thing here. This new hold on. It's not even, it's I want my old the one that I had before. Oh crap, here we go. My stand, my ring light. I hate that. I don't like this one. I got it from Amazon. It's not my favorite. Yeah, I don't really like it. Anyway, okay. I'm going to make sure you guys can hear me. I don't know if this, maybe I should probably put this right here. Maybe, I don't know. And I'm going to get on here. Okay. Okay, cool. So happy Tuesday, you guys. Okay. Good morning. Hi, Shelby. Good morning. Hi, Jen. Hi, Stacy. Thank you. Loud and proud. Does that mean you can hear me? Am I loud and proud? Okay. So as a recap, yesterday it was about what is it you want to create? What is it that you want? And I think I'll add some more context to that today to help anybody that isn't clear on that. So when we're consciously being a co-creator, it starts with an intention. We have to have an intention. If we and what an intention does is it directs our energy. It directs what we pay attention to. It directs. That's the basis of creating, right? And so, if you think about how you're creating now, this is something I want to talk about yesterday. Is right now I want you to look at the results in your life. So if things aren't going the way that you want them to in certain areas, a way you can do this, or what I do this with my clients, is go through the wheel of life. The wheel of life is a good tool to, if you want to just go through the different areas of your life to see them from a looking from above, and going through the different areas of your life, or wherever right now you feel like there's a lot of friction, or there's constantly drama, or things are not happening the way that you want, or they appear that they're not happening the way you'd like them to. Start in that area. That is where we want to start, right? We want to start in the places that we aren't happy with, or you just want to feel good every day. That is a very good, simple creation intention. Is I want to feel really good today, regardless of what happens. I want to maintain my energy in a higher vibration and show up for myself regardless of what is happening around me. That was my only intention for a long time. But what it means for me to feel good versus what it means for you guys to feel good, that's different, right? And so then that's when we get into the specifics around, well, what does that look like? What does that mean for you to feel good? For me, it meant for me to feel safe around the people that or for me not to take things personally. That helped me a lot. The 4 agreements definitely were the foundation of just creating a clean energy, which is something that I talk about and Relaunch Your Soul Academy and From Wounded to Wild, of cleaning up our energy, which today the focus is clearing, right? So yesterday you want to create an intention. What is it you want to create? Do you just want to feel good every day? Okay, well, using the model, what I shared yesterday, of how the creation of reality, right? Something happens, we have a thought about it or a feeling, either or, they can be interchangeable. That's how I found my limiting beliefs, is through paying attention to how I feel in the moment. And then I go up and I like, okay, what am I making this mean? And then that would tell me what my limiting beliefs are. And then that feeling creates a behavior, right? We take action or we don't, and then that action creates a result. So that's the model that we're using this week. And if you don't have a copy of that, I can send that to you, because I have a worksheet that I give my clients, because that'll be a good map for you this week of thinking about, or of creating, what is it you want to create when you can break it down like that into the elements of creation. So, whatever is the event or circumstance you would like to happen, what's the thought I'm going to need to think, which is what we'll kind of talk about today, about our thoughts and our feelings around, and again, going back to what I was saying, look at what you're creating right now. What is it that's happening? And then what is the energy that you're bringing to your day? Are you allowing, or are you, the things happen and you get distracted, and then you're like hyper focused on the way someone feels and how bad life is, or what happens for you? This is where mindfulness comes in. This is where that practice of presence every day, it might not be the most, well, now it is for me, the most amazing event is to get into the present moment. It just releases so much anxiety and so much just worry and stress when you can bring your awareness and your focus out of the past, out of the future, and bring it right here to what you're doing right in the moment. So if you don't know what you want to create, there, I just gave you something of, I just want to feel better. Okay, what does that mean for you? To feel better, how? And then what will feeling better, what will that support you to do? So for example, that'll support you to show up anyway, to do the things that you say you're going to do. That'll support you in starting to receive, how we've talked about receiving a lot, right? Where you can, there's just so many things that when you do feel better, you show up better. It just is, right? So today, what are the blocks? What is in the way of you creating that? What happens on a daily basis where you start your day wanting to do one thing, but then something else happens, right? It might be your health. It might be another person, a relationship that you're in. It could be at work, co-work, maybe you don't enjoy what you're doing. So I want you to think of that for yourself right now, from the intention you set yesterday, the feelings you want to feel this week, the thing you want to create. What is standing in your way today? What's just standing in your way to doing that? What tends to knock you off of that? And I posted a quote or whatever a couple days ago about how we're not looking for the path. We're creating an atmosphere that's going to just kind of create the path for us, or something like that. It's from Abraham Hicks. We're not finding a path. We're creating the atmosphere. We're creating the experience in our life to be able to, the path just kind of finds us and shows up, right? We don't really have to intentionally be like, I need to find my path. I'm off my path. And Darla actually said something years ago that has always stuck with me, of like, are you ever really off your path? No. And she was right. Like, are you ever really off your path? No, you're always on the path we're supposed to be on. And if you believe that, it helps life feel a lot easier and better. And like, you're not in regret. Oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, if I woulda let, or whatever. All the what ifs kind of drift away when you just come to the understanding of, I'm never off the path. There's always a purpose for what is happening right in front of me. So today, or yesterday, it was about that. Hold on. It was about the intention and the creation. Today, it is about the clearing. And I'm going to talk about shadows a little bit today, because this is where we look for them, right? Of doing the shadow work, right? When they're keeping us from doing something. I don't think that we need to always be looking for shadows. Yes, I'm a shadow alchemy coach, but it's not like I'm always like, where's the shadow here? Oh, you have a shadow here. When there doesn't need to be, right? I mean, when we don't need to be focusing on that, okay? I believe shadow work is only required when we're stuck or we can't like accomplish, like we're having a hard time with something. We're having a hard time moving forward on something. We don't have to be doing healing work and shadow work all the time. And if you have the thought or the belief right now that you're so broken, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow. Tomorrow is about empowerment. But if you think you're so broken, you've done things so wrong, you're so incapable, you need to know more, you need to learn more, you need all these other things. And you're always healing or doing healing work or learning constantly, you're not actually taking action. That can be something that stands in our way as well. Healing can stand in our way, can be a block too. And again, we'll talk more about really standing in our power and reclaiming our power tomorrow. But I wanted to go over what today's question is. Let me see what you guys are saying. If you guys are saying anything. Stacey, you said yes. Okay. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Oh, right here. Okay. So today, let's go ahead and go in here. Where am I at? Oh, there it is. And I want to have some music playing today, but, and Darla, I will call you today, by the way. I know I said that a long time ago and I keep not doing it, or last week, and I keep forgetting, but it's okay. I know you still love me. Okay. Where is this at here? Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Okay. So today, yesterday was, what do you want to create? Set the intention. We did mindful breathing yesterday, so we'll add that into today, where we just get present. We'll take some breaths here in a minute, and then we're going to go into just repeating affirmations today. Something that is to rewire the brain, right? We use repetition. So our brain is rewired by two things: repetition or hypnosis, right? Where we change the neural pathways. And actually, I did a reel or something yesterday about this technique that I think was the most powerful for me to figure out what it is that I wanted on a day-to-day basis in my actual situations. I say all the time, you cannot do this work unless you're living your life and you're talking to people and you're actually showing up for your life. You need that information to be able to do this work. So if you're just sitting and not talking to anyone and you're not getting triggered and you're not doing these things, you're going to stay the same. It's just what I've found over it is. You're going to stay the exact same way. You're not being challenged. And you don't have good information to go on in order to, heal and rewire everything. So what was I saying? Oh, so with affirmations though, or sorry, with the technique, is that if you don't know what you want, or you're unclear about that, or you are constantly manifesting what you don't want, whenever you find yourself complaining, okay, ask yourself, what would I like, or what would I rather experience instead? And this goes for everything, right? And even if it's like, I'd rather, if it's a relationship, if you fight all the time with your partner and they're awful and he's just so awful, he's an asshole, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, what would I rather instead? Well, I'd rather he not be an asshole. That's okay. Like, okay, that's what you would rather. So you just want to shift from looking at what's going wrong and just how, complaining, because that's what we've been conditioned to do as a society, right? And as communication, people complain, they gossip. I mean, that's just how our ancestors even, whatever. So we're just trying to break that pattern, but you want to shift from the lack to the abundance. And you can do that very quickly in the moment by asking yourself, okay, well, what would I rather see here instead? I don't like my job. So what is it I'd rather be doing instead? And you can just, not to say anything's going to happen right then, but you just want to start to prime your brain and your energy and your body to shift. It's just that. If you've ever met anyone who's just negative and complains all the time, I mean, constantly, they don't even know how to be another way. And so and it's really interesting. I want you guys to do this for other people too. When you hear a friend complaining, or if you're a coach or whatever, you hear your children complaining or your grandchildren complaining, ask them, okay, well, what would you rather see instead? Or what would you rather do instead? What is it that, so it's tapping into desire for other people. And a lot of times when I do this, I haven't done it in a while. I'll have to do it soon again, because it's super interesting. People don't know what to say. They're like, because no one's ever asked them that before. They've just listened to them complain and bitch and okay, yeah, agree, whatever. I remember I would do this like with David, and he's like, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Now he's like, he does know it. He knows what he wants now for sure. He won't shut up about it. But it's like, it's fun. It's interesting. It's almost like when somebody, I don't know, you notice different reactions to you when you're doing this work because you have different responses and people don't know how to respond to that. And it's actually funny. It can be really fun. Okay, so today it's about clearing what is in the way of you creating this, right? Limiting beliefs. What are some beliefs that come up when you start to think about the thing that you want to create? So maybe if you'd want to be happier this week, that was one of someone in here, it was to be happier this week. Okay, what does that look like? And why aren't you happy right now? What is in the way? Asking yourself, okay, well, why am I not happy all the time? Which we don't want to be happy all the time, but I mean, why are you not happier? Or why do you not? Another one I think was like, to be more productive. Okay, well, what has been keeping you from being more productive? What are the beliefs? What are the judgments? What are the comparisons? Do you go into comparison? And this is where the shadow work can come in of like, are you judging yourself constantly? Are you comparing yourself with what other people are doing? And this is how to find the shadows, right? So, your triggers. Do you get triggered very easily in this little area of like when someone's like, you're not doing enough, or someone's like, you need to be more productive? Does that trigger you? Do you go into defense mode? Are you projecting things, right? What are your behavioral patterns? Do you, like for me, mine was to watch Netflix in the morning. I talked about this. I don't do it anymore, but I stick to Netflix on the weekends now. But I used to do that first thing in the morning. And that was a behavioral pattern that was blocking me from some things I wanted to do. And funny story, actually, here in a minute, about something that's come up recently due to like what happened last week and how I don't have to be somewhere now. And I realized I was losing my passion for the work I was doing there. I was not excited to go there anymore. I wasn't, there's so much that's come up. I'm like, it was definitely time for me to not be there anymore because it was more of a purpose thing and it wasn't that anymore. And and then my coach this morning, I was listening to her podcast and she was saying how she's like, sometimes I just want to go get a regular job and a one that I clock in and out of. She's like, but I'm too much of an entrepreneur now. I'd be a horrible employee. I would be good for a little while, and then I need to do my own thing. I would like do something wrong. I would break a rule, and that is what happened, right, with me. So, rule, right? I hate rules anyway. So I was like, oh wow, that is so true. I have such an entrepreneurial spirit that I can't work at a hospital or primary care. Like that's just not I'm not going to do that anymore. And that's not who I am. So anyway, all of the thoughts and the blocks that I have had in the last week, right, of judging myself and putting myself down for things, to like what I've done is like, okay, but wait a minute. How does this just represent more of who I am and who I am not? And that's really what all of this is saying. So your judgments on yourselves or others, patterns that you're seeing, triggers, emotional reactions, comparisons when you're jealous, So just this is where the mindfulness and the awareness comes in of your emotions and your thoughts. So I know that the ones I can see on here now, Janelle, Darla, and Stacy, they're my clients. So you guys are very good at doing this. But if you aren't, if you're new at this and you're like, what do you mean watch my thoughts and emotions and all those things? That's conscious co-creation, is going inside and thinking. And either for me, I watch my vibration. If it goes down, then I will go up to my thoughts. Okay, what is it I'm making this mean? Why do I want to stay in bed versus get out and do something? And I'll just write all those down. This is where the mindfulness practice comes in. Okay. So today you want to be mindful of your self-talk, right? What you're telling yourself, what you're making things mean, your thoughts and your feelings. On Thursday, we're going to do embodiment work, to where you have to embody this. You drop into your body and you feel, right? You feel what is happening for you. And at some point, if you decide to work with me, if you decide to join Relaunch Your Soul Academy, this becomes a way of life for us, right? Of like, this is what this is the transformational part, is when you can not see your feelings and thoughts as you anymore. You see them as it's an entity, right? They are separate from you. You have space. We create space between these things, and you don't take them as personal. And then you can look at them and you can shift them, right? That's how the alchemy happens. That's how the transmutation happens, is that we don't identify so much with our thoughts and our emotions anymore. And then also one more thing here. Where did it go? And I'll see if you guys wrote any comments, and let me know, how do you guys feel with this right now? How do you feel with being able to observe your inner world, your thoughts and your feelings? How do you feel? Like 1 to 5, where are you guys at with that? And what keeps you from doing that work? Do you know, what is the issue right now as to why you're not feeling the way you want to, or experiencing the thing that you want to? Or has something happened recently that really you weren't expecting to happen, and now you're just like, fuck it, I don't even want to show up, I don't want to do anything, blah 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 blah. That's fine too. We just want to know what's happening right now as to what's blocking you, what's in the way. So let me go over here. Where did it go? And then Wednesday night, you guys, at 7, we're going to do a Zoom call at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, just like our regular transformation training, but it's going to be around this challenge. And I am going to, we're going to have just an open coaching. I'm going to teach a little bit, share about my program, have you guys maybe hear from a couple of my clients, and then we can do some coaching at the end. And we're going to do that Wednesday night. So it'll probably be like 60 minutes to 90 minutes. And I will be sending out an email about that. But the next challenge we will have open coaching at noon on, I don't know, a couple days that week. I just want to kind of prep you guys for that I am going to move these to 12 o'clock to have Zoom calls and during the day. And that might change too, depending on who's there, but right now, that's what works good for me. And I think everyone, because we're all used to 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. Okay, what did I want to say here? Hold on, there was something else. Do you guys have any questions before we get into the practice? Yes, so today, hold on, okay, yeah, so today is what's in the way. And we can't create something new from old energy. This is part of what we're doing here. We're clearing today because we can't create new from old energy. So today is about noticing what's in the way, the beliefs, your fears, any behavioral patterns, stories, what I just went over, but stories that are blocking your creative power. Our creative power is our authentic expression. They are the same thing. So when you have a block to your creative power, it is a block to your authentic expression. You're trying to be someone you're not, or you're trying to be small, or you're not fully expressing your truth because of, whatever. So the question is, what's been holding you back from creating what you want, and what are you ready to release? So like yesterday morning, we released attachments. I say to do that every morning. We'll do it again here in a second, but of like releasing whatever you are attached to. So things that happened, or, life needing to look a certain way, or a story about yourself, or whatever that has been, that, you're ready to release. You're ready to release this and move on, right? And all of that. So be honest, be gentle. This is not about judgment. It's about awareness. Awareness. I said it yesterday. No judgment, all of that. So if it helps, write it down and then tear it up, and you can burn it, release it in your own little ritual if you would like. And so that is what today's thing is today. So, okay. So I'm going to just name off some affirmations if you guys want to go ahead and let me see if you guys have said anything else. And I'm at 4.5 because of working with you and leaving room for improvement. Absolutely. We always have room for improvement. But you are pretty badass. Okay, you're badass. I love you. Shelby. Okay, you guys let me know. How are you with your thoughts and emotions today? 1 through 5. How are you? What's blocking you? Can you just ask yourself, what is blocking me from my creative power today, or my authenticity? What is keeping me from really just saying fuck it and showing up anyway? And showing up doesn't mean showing up and doing a live. And I'm talking about like actually doing what you said you're going to do today. That's really what I mean by that, right? Of whatever you said you're going to do today. Okay, so we're going to just do what we did yesterday. I'm going to actually ring this bell here. I'm going to do this again because I think that kind of helps to get into to get into the present moment. If you hear, I'm going to do it 3 times. And I think tomorrow morning we'll have music. I don't think I know I'm going to hurry up. I don't want this to go past 8 o'clock this morning. It kind of is, but you know what? It is what it is, because it is. Who cares? Okay. All right, go ahead and you guys can close your eyes. I'm going to light this candle, just kind of setting the intention to get present in the moment in being here with me. I have the window open. It's going to be rainy today. I think it's a beautiful day to like listen outside, and I'd love to be out there right now. And so just go ahead and close your eyes. You can just take a deep breath in. I'm just going to, and once I find my other singing bowl, but I'm going to go ahead and do this and just listen to this. And just take a deep breath. And just allowing the bell to completely ring, and just I'll do it again because I like the vibrations from it, seeing it kind of clearing out your auric field. Taking another deep breath in, calling in peace and love today. And then just exhaling any scale stuck energy from yesterday. And we're actually going to do a Ho'oponopono ritual. Affirmations to say in your mind today. And so taking a deep breath, just feeling your feet on the floor. And just drawing in, when you take another deep breath, just drawing in energy and white light from the earth. up through your feet, up your legs, into your root, into your stomach, your sacral, your solar plexus, up into your heart, out into your arms, up into your throat and your third eye, up to the crown. And you can see this kind of spilling out over into your auric field and just clearing out any dark energy or any energy from other people. Even just say I'm sending back any energy and power I've taken on of others, any boundaries I've crossed. And then also calling back your power from whoever you've handed it out to, whoever is on your mind, any attachments that you've made with anyone that is draining your energy. And even seeing, maybe just pushing out the cords from the root out of your auric field. And you can even, as you breathe in, you're just calling all your power back to you. And then sending healing love and light to the people on the other end of that, and whatever feels good for you to do. And really making this process your own. And using your intuition of how to clear your own field and clear your thoughts and your feelings. And then we're going to do this ritual, a Hawaiian ritual from a mental health practitioner in Hawaii that actually healed a bunch of people that had done horrible things in their life on this psych ward. And just by doing this practice, within 6 months, they were loving themselves, they were free of judgments, they were ready to probably still be in jail, but they had healed. And so I am going to repeat the affirmations of this ritual. And what it is you're saying these in your mind. When you're talking with a person or you're listening to someone, you can say these, or you can say these to yourself. Um, it is an energetic practice, and I highly recommend looking up the story behind this ritual. It's beautiful and I love it. It's really good too for codependency, people pleasing, because our codependency goes back generations, right? Or our attachments go back generations that our ancestors, experienced, and it's in our DNA now, right? So when we're saying these things, these affirmations, then we are actually releasing those sacred contracts, you could think of them as well. So just repeat after me, or you can listen as I am saying these affirmations. And they're mantras, so you can say these throughout the day. I will post this too up at the top. And so Ho'oponopono is about taking responsibility for everything that affects your state of being. It's the art of acceptance and forgiveness, cleansing of the energies that you attract into your life. And so saying, I'm sorry. And when you say I'm sorry, you are recognizing and accepting responsibility for the actions, the thoughts, and emotions that have caused conflict to manifest into your reality. So just breathing in and saying, I'm sorry. And then the next one is, please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. And what please forgive me means is the words please forgive me are said as a request to make amends with your higher self and the universe alike. I love you, thank you is the opportunity to show gratitude to your higher self as well as the universe for allowing your negative thoughts, actions, and emotions to be cleared. And then I love you can be emitted out to the universe, God, source energy, whatever works for you, as a form of gratitude. And so when you use the words in the way you are saying, I love you, for allowing someone to be just as they are, It's a beautiful thing. So breathing in, say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. And you can say it as many times as you would like. And you can just continue saying it. So saying, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. And you can see a white light just kind of twirling around, or maybe going around your body. Cutting the cords again, releasing attachments. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And there it is. So I will share those with you at the top, and I'll post it into the group. But I would love to know what you guys are releasing an attachment to today, or what is it that you are no longer allowing to stand in your way today. Or, maybe it is just, I am going to take responsibility for how I show up today. And that's it. So I love you guys. Answer the question, what is blocking you from creating this, and what are you ready to release? All right. Bye, guys.